Hello everyone. Today we'll create a project using the Scratch Junior. Let's see how to do it. Before that, you have to have the Scratch JR application on your desktop. Download the desktop version of Scratch Junior. Then when you click on this icon, this Scratch JR will appear. So to create a new project, click on the plus icon here and the new window will open. So in Scratch JR, this is the default Sprite. So to get rid of this, click and hold on it. This button will appear on it. Click on it. This will get deleted. To add a new sprite, click on the plus icon which is shown here. You will be taken to a new page where the number of sprites are listed. So you can select any of it, and to change the background, click on the select background button and you can use any kind of backgrounds or you can create your own background. Today we'll create one animation project. You can create many animation projects, many games using the Scratch here. For today we'll learn or we'll animate the solar eclipse using the Scratch here. So to do that, we need at least 3 sprites. As you know, the solar eclipse happens when the moon comes in between the sun and the earth. So what all we need? In the sprites list, you can find sun here, add it, and you need moon, so please add it, and then you need the earth sprite, so we'll add that. So now all the 3 sprites are hiding. So sun is here on top, moon is here by the side, earth is here below. It's here in between. That's it. So we need the background as sky, the blue sky. So we don't have the blue sky in the background list. What do? We'll create one new background. For that, go to the paint option in the background list and then fill the color blue to the sky. You can see the blue sky now. Yes. Say it okay. The background became blue. Now let's say all the 3 sprites are ready. Background is ready. We have to code for each of the sprite. So for sun, moon and earth. What do we do for earth? Earth, it keeps rotating in its own axis. So for that, on click of flag, these are all the code blocks which is present in Scratch here, and this is the coding area. So we are using the flag button. On click of the flag, the earth will start rotating. To make it rotate, we'll turn it left once, right once, left once and right once. Or maybe you can just keep it once. I just made it twice or thrice. So we'll keep it in a loop so that it keeps moving left and right. And then end this block. What else are we supposed to do now? Now go to the sun and on click of flag, as you see, the sun is a little smaller compared to the moon. So to make it a little more animation creative, what you'll do is we'll make it a little more bigger by 3 times. Click on it. Yay! Right? Now we'll end this. So now the moon is supposed to move and come in between sun and the earth, and moon should cover the sun to create the eclipse. So what do we do now? On click of flag, we will start moving the moon towards the sun. How much do we need to move towards the sun? How many steps? To calculate that, use this grid. You can see the numbers below 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? So now the moon is in this grid. So to go to this grid, count the number of squares that it has to cover. That is the number of steps it has to cover. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So to come to the center, 9 steps it has to move. Now after moving, it has to stay there, right? To make it close and covered. So for that, I'll add, wait for 10 seconds. Then, what will I do? I'll go to the next screen. Let's see how does it go and will it sit on it. Yeah, see, it's going behind. So what am I supposed to do? Yes, right? It's going 2 steps further. So I'll change the steps to 7. Now let's see. Yes, it covers the sun almost. As if it's looking like now the eclipse is going to happen. Right? So to show the complete full solar eclipse, we'll make little more modifications. To do that, we have to change the background also, and we have to hide the sun also. So that we can't do in this screen. So what do? We'll add one more screen. On clicking of plus icon, you'll create one more screen, and in that screen also the tick is a default button. You have to delete it. So we'll first get rid of this grid. Click on the tick. It's deleted. Now we'll add the same 3 sprites here. The sun, now the moon, and the earth. Right? Now the sun is here, the moon is here, the earth is here. Same like before, earth is again moving left and right, and that we are keeping it in loop, and we are ending the block. You can see one more button here which says go to screen 1. Similarly, you'll have one more button in the screen 1 which says go to screen 2. That we have to add it to the full moon code. Once it moves 7 steps, wait for 10 seconds and then go to the screen 2. In screen 2, what are we supposed to do? This moon is already here, right? As per the first screen. So we'll keep it here only. The position should be kept here initially itself. Then for the sun, what are we supposed to do? We have to hide the sun in the screen. Sun is here, but we are hiding it. So after this, earth. Now for the earth, we have written the code. For the full moon, now we have to write. What's the code that we have to write for the full moon? On click of flag, the full moon stays there for a minute. So for a minute, let's say 60 seconds. Okay. Then after 60 seconds, we have to move the sun towards the left. So what do we do for that? We'll create one more see, before that, in this screen we have to change the background to black background. So we have filled the color to black. Why? When the sun is hiding and when the full solar eclipse is there, it will be like the night sky. So we have made it as the dark screen. Now what do we do? We have to go to the next screen to show that the eclipse has ended. So for that, click on the next plus icon, get rid of this tick, and add the same 3 sprites. So the sun is here, moon is covering the sun, and the earth is so earth is below. So now for the full moon, so again for the earth, the movement is the same. And for the full moon, it has to move towards the end of the screen. So for that, again we have to use the grid. It's in the 10th or the 9th button, so it has to go back 9 steps, right? 9 or 8 steps it has to go, because it's in the 8th step. You can see here, this is the 8th step, right? So I'll write it as 8, and then we'll make it hide out of the screen. Then we'll just end it. For the sun, we'll just show it little bigger as we are showing it in the first screen. Then end the program. Let's get rid of this grid and add a nice background. As same, we created the previous blue sky that appears here. So here there is something left, right? After 60 seconds it has to move to screen 3 to show the full solar eclipse. Let's see how does this work. Okay, let's go to the full screen mode and see how does the solar eclipse happens. Okay, on click of flag, game, and stop there. See now the full solar eclipse is happening. See, the earth movement had stopped, so we have to change the loop code for this. See, this is how we find the errors. When we run it, we can see those errors. So for here, the looping, or maybe we can add the forever loop here, so that it keeps moving till we stop the program. Oh, this is required only for the earth movement, right? In all the screens for the earth, instead of ending it, we are putting it in the forever loop, right? Click on the first screen, go back, change the positions, everything, go to the full screen mode. Let's start the eclipse on clicking of flag and just see how the animation of solar eclipse happens. I'm not doing anything here. I'm just clicking on the flag and sitting and seeing the solar eclipse happening. Right? Now we will just end the program here and get rid of this full screen mode. Here, this is how the solar eclipse happens. The next video we will learn some game, how to create a game using the Scratch here. Isn't it exciting? Thank you.